All right, guys, we have a little bit of breaking news here. We're going to talk about OpenAI. They're shutting down Sora. You know, Sora, the video generation tool that completely rocked Hollywood. Like, they were really upset about Sora. And yeah, they're shutting it down. And apparently Disney is going to drop plans for $1 billion investment. What the hell is going on with OpenAI? Could it be that the chickens are coming home to roost? This is something I've been talking about, that I don't think AI is quite there yet, quite to the level that it needs to be. And that a lot of these companies are basically just stringing investors along. Hey, if we just have more money, if we just have more of this, or we just have more of that, you know, we will make this thing happen. And I think people are starting to realize that, yeah, we've kind of hit like a plateau, and getting over that could be decades away, I think, or at least several years away. In fact, we had the CEO of NVIDIA out there, I think it was today or yesterday, saying that we have reached AGI, which is like the pinnacle of AI intelligence. And then he kind of walked it back. I don't think we're there. I don't think we're anywhere close to it. But OpenAI definitely has some problems. And, I talked about this in a short too, that they were going on about how OpenAI, how ChatGPT be able to replace a whole bunch of humans in the workforce. And then they turned around and they're supposedly going to be hiring like 4,000 more humans. You know what I'm saying? So I think AI is being used as an excuse to fire people and then bring back either more competent replacements or cheaper replacements. That is my opinion. So let's see what's going on with Sora. I mean, it was just last fall that everybody was raving about Sora and how amazing it was. And I have to wonder if the Seed Dance, Bite Dance debacle didn't play into this, because remember, Seed Dance was doing Hollywood quality video, and then they were told they weren't allowed to bring it to the US because this is too good. It's too good, and Hollywood wants to lock that down. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. This is Kneon. This is CLOWNFISH TV. We do talk about technology and Hollywood and pop culture and all that stuff. And AI is a huge disruptor. So even if you hate it, we got to talk about it, because it's going to impact everything. So here we go. This comes from Variety. So I'm reading this for the first time, so we'll find out what's going on together. OpenAI will shut down Sora video app. Disney drops their plans for $1 billion investment. Disney had inked a major pact for Sora, and it will continue to engage with AI platforms to find new ways to meet fans where they are. Oh, that's interesting. So OpenAI says it's going to discontinue Sora, the generative AI video creation app it launched just last year, without providing a reason for the decision. I think they're panicking. I think OpenAI is panicking. They're in massive debt. They're burning through cash at an alarming rate. And Microsoft is kind of nipping at their heels. We'll talk a little bit more about that too. We're saying goodbye to Sora, to everyone who created with Sora, shared it, and built a community around it. Thank you. What you made with Sora mattered, and we know this news is disappointing. So just imagine all these people that are building up YouTube channels based on Sora, and it's gone. The statement added, "We'll share more soon, including timelines for the app and API and details on preserving your work." OpenAI didn't respond to requests for additional info. The announcement comes just 3 months after Disney inked a groundbreaking deal with OpenAI. Under the 3-year licensing agreement, Sora would have been able to generate user-prompted videos from a set of more than 200 masked, animated, or creature characters from Disney, Marvel, Pixar, and Star Wars. Sora and ChatGPT images were to generate fan-inspired videos with Disney's licensed characters in early 2026, with Disney Plus adding a curated selection of Sora-generated videos. Disney has now ended its partnership with OpenAI, which include plans for the media conglomerate to take a $1 billion stake in the artificial intelligence company led by Sam Altman. Now, we also recorded this video, and I think it's actually going to go up after the Sora video, but they invested a ton of money in Fortnite, and Fortnite is imploding too. So womp womp, Disney. It's like you guys went all in on technology, and it's very, very fickle. A Disney rep said in a statement to Variety, "As the nascent AI field advances rapidly, we respect OpenAI's decision to exit the video generation business and to shift its priorities elsewhere." They probably don't want to get sued either. We appreciate the constructive collaboration between our teams and what we learned from it, and we will continue to engage with AI platforms to find new ways to meet fans where they are while responsibly embracing new technology that respects IP and the rights of creators. The second iteration of OpenAI's Sora, which launched in September of 2025, generated stunningly realistic-looking videos and raised alarms in Hollywood, given the Sora 2 opt-out model requiring IP owners to proactively flag that they wanted their copyrighted works excluded from the system. In November, Japanese content trade Coda, whose members include Studio Ghibli, issued a letter to OpenAI demanding the company stop using their content to train Sora 2. And again, this might come down to, well, cost and legality, because if they're going to get sued into oblivion by a bunch of studios, it's not going to go well for them. OpenAI had provided a preview of Sora, which uses a text-to-video model, in February 2024 before releasing it in December. ChatGPT also will no longer generate video based on text prompts. Oh, that's really interesting. Turn your ideas into videos with hyperreal motion and sound. OpenAI's Sora page says, cast yourself and your friends in videos as characters, but we're going to end it. Other generative AI video platforms will remain in service, some of which Disney and other Hollywood studios have accused of copyright infringement. Now, this is weird because OpenAI is also creating an AI-generated animated movie. I think it's called Critters. So I have to wonder if, well, one, I mean, this company is on fire, right? OpenAI's got lots of problems, and honestly, their tools compared to other AI tools are sorely lacking. ChatGPT is dog shit compared even to like Grok. It's just not that good. But I have to wonder if they aren't going to maybe pivot to providing a la carte services to studios, because it would be more beneficial to them to be like, hey, pay us a bunch of money. You can have our tools, privatized version of it. I have no idea. I honestly think OpenAI is in big trouble just all the way around. Disney sent Google cease and desist letter. Google subsequently removed AI-generated videos of IP identified by Disney. That came after Disney had earlier in 2025 sent cease and desist letters to Meta and Character AI, as well as lawsuits filed with Universal and Warner Brothers over Midjourney. More recently, China's ByteDance incurred a spate of legal threats from studios including Disney, Paramount, Warner Brothers, Sony, and Netflix with Seedance. Yeah, Seedance, again, these are the TikTok people, but Seedance is vastly superior to Sora, but it's not allowed in the States, I guess. And it's too good. I think what's going on is some of these video generation tools are too good. Now, this is wild. So this is coming from CNBC. OpenAI is calling out Microsoft reliance as a risk in investor document ahead of expected IPO. So we're going to walk this back a little bit. I know that there are some issues between OpenAI and Microsoft. And Microsoft is sort of cooling down on the AI. They've been shoving Copilot into everything, and people don't want it. And the world has been made vastly more enshittified over the last 2 years, I think, because of this mad rush to shove AI that's not show ready into everything. And look, I'm a guy who likes AI as a tool, but I would like to be able to choose whether or not I want to use it or interface with it. I don't want it shoved into everything. I don't want my fridge using AI. Hey, fat ass, get out of the fridge. Hey, you need to buy more milk. I'm just going to go ahead and order you some more food and pay with crypto. Is that okay? Yeah, you've already given me access to all your bank accounts and stuff. So the food's coming. You don't have to do anything. Yeah, I don't like that. A lot of people don't like that. It's creeping them out. But so this was yesterday in a document that resembles an IPO prospectus. OpenAI highlighted the risk of its dependence on Microsoft, which it said supplies a substantial portion of our financing and compute. So before it's all said and done, I have a feeling Microsoft might absorb OpenAI, because Microsoft, their goals are aligned, right? OpenAI included a lengthy risk factor section in a document distributed to prospective investors in the company's latest financing round. OpenAI announced $110 billion in funding last month and is working with banking partners to tack on an additional $10 billion from investors, according to people with knowledge of the deal. This just looks like a guy that just like wakes up and starts stressing out about everything, right? Sam Altman. There are a lot of issues with Sam Altman too. I think this whole thing is a dog and pony show. I really do. I think that AI is not quite show ready yet. I think the compute is not worth the, I guess, the trade-off in manpower and money and environmental impact. Yeah, you talk about the environmental impact, but just like they're building data centers all over the place. And I keep thinking if the AI thing goes bust and they build all these data centers, it's going to be like in Japan where they have all those empty theme parks, speaking of Ghibli. And then you're just going to have like burnout data centers. Like, oh, that was an OpenAI data center. What the hell is OpenAI? Oh, remember when they first started doing AI? Yeah, they need these big ass data centers. Now just our phones have all of that in our phones, but whatever. So they include sections like risk related to transactions and risks related to our business and financial documents viewed by CNBC that the company share with prospective investors. Last month, OpenAI announced $110 billion in funding from strategic partners, including Amazon, NVIDIA, and SoftBank. The company is working with banking partners to tack on additional $10 billion worth of commitments from a broader pool of investors, according to sources familiar with the deal. The risk highlighted by OpenAI offers a taste of what's to come in its upcoming IPO filing. So they're getting ready to go public. Aside from its relationship with Microsoft, OpenAI cited risks such as its significant capital expenditures, reliance on compute resources, ongoing litigation with Elon Musk, and its unusual structure as a public benefit corporation whose parent is the OpenAI Foundation. That does not sound insidious at all. They were founded as a nonprofit research lab in 2015, but has experienced exploding commercial growth since launching ChatGPT to the public in 2022. It's only been 3 or 4 years, and AI has turned the world upside down. It's crazy. Like, we came right out of the pandemic and right into this situation with AI and the existential crisis. So it said ChatGPT has 900 million weekly active users, and the company generated $13.1 billion in revenue in 2025. It was valued last month at $730 billion by investors. That's ridiculous. 900 million weekly users. That is a good chunk of the world's population relying on subpar AI. ChatGPT, literally, I've used a lot of different models. ChatGPT is one of the worst. It really is not good. Microsoft has been a backer since 2019, years before ChatGPT was released, and obtained an early commitment from OpenAI to move some of its services exclusively to Microsoft's Azure cloud. In total, Microsoft has invested $13 billion in OpenAI, and at the time of the restructuring in October, disclosed that 27% diluted stake in the for-profit part of the organization was valued at $135 billion. Okay, this is the problem though. If Microsoft modifies or terminates its commercial partnership with us, or if we're unable to successfully diversify our business partners, our business prospectus, operating results, and financial condition could be adversely affected. Yeah, that's crazy. And Microsoft said before, they were saying that they actually don't want to rely solely on OpenAI. So I think they're looking at the long term and they're like, yeah, maybe we should cut back on things like Sora, right? Business Insider has an article on it. Disney and OpenAI are breaking up, and it's a big test for new CEO Josh D'Amaro. Yeah, he was all about it. It said Disney Plus is still moving forward with Verts, a new short-form feed on its app similar to the short-form interface on ESPN. Other major streamers, including Netflix, Peacock, and Paramount, are also exploring short-form clips. Losing Sora is a big blow to Disney's strategy. D'Amaro told employees in his introductory memo last week he wanted to prioritize immersive, interactive, and personal ways for people to experience Disney. So it's a 1-2 punch. Again, we have another video coming probably after this one, but Fortnite has taken a massive hit, and now Sora is toast, right? That's not good. So all of their aspirations to push Disney into tech seem to be sort of imploding in real time here. And just within a day, I mean, like in the last day, everything's just going to shit because we're at the end of Q1 and we're starting to see that they're spending way more money than they're making. and that's not sustainable. So yeah, maybe you should just go back to being a good Disney. That might be that might be the plan there, Josh. Just saying. Gonna wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.